Hello everyone, Wendy from Yara del Guave here with your August readings. At first I wanted to do a general pick a card and also a general collective reading, meaning I wasn't going to go through any of the total 12 signs, but I decided last minute, literally 15-20 minutes ago before I turned on the camera, and I was like planning because I'm also a very last minute person. I decided that I would do all of these signs. So all of these signs are going to get a message today. I'm going to be using my learner's pink deck that you guys are used to seeing. I'm going to be using the angel cards, and I'm also going to be using one of my favorite decks ever, the Sacred Symbols Oracle. Okay, so in lieu or just because I'm enthusiastic about it being really close to my specific season, me being a Virgo, of course, I want to start off with the earth signs. Okay. So starting off for the Virgos, picking from the bottom of the deck, your 3 tarot cards that you receive are all 3 major arcana cards. You got the Magician, the Empress, and the Devil. So really letting go of the toxicity this month of August, letting your boundaries be known no matter who is uncomfortable. If people are uncomfortable about the boundaries that you're setting, maybe those people need to stay the hell away from you. Okay, that's a reminder that you can tell them literally, and it's also a reminder that you can give yourself, because no one, and I mean no one, no matter their relation or tie to you, Virgo, is worth you losing your balance, your mental peace, your clarity, your progress that you've made. It has not been easy for you to be in the energy of the Magician and the Empress. It hasn't been easy for you to manifest things in life. Manifesting takes a lot of strength, but also knowing what works for you when it comes to manifesting and envisioning the life that you want. You don't always have to work extra hard and be restless and push yourself into a state of exhaustion and burnout to get what you want in life, Virgo. And I feel like the month of August is definitely going to be very telling when it comes to you realizing that. So keep that in mind. Clarifying the Magician card is the World card, okay? You're entering a new phase when it comes to what you're speaking over your life. You're no longer saying phrases that bring you down, like I'm broke, or I don't have anything in my bank account, or everyone just keeps taking things from me and I'm empty and I don't know what my purpose is in life. Okay, you got the 4 of Swords in reverse. So you have been exhausted. You have been entering a state of isolation. And I feel like this state of isolation for you and being extra calm in situations where you normally would not be calm, Virgo, is definitely benefiting you. Clarifying the Empress here is the 4 of Pentacles and the Fool. Okay, so definitely working on your stability, especially when it comes to mothering yourself and who you choose to nurture and the relationships you're choosing to nurture. If people are taking more than they provide in your life, you need to reassess your priorities. And at a certain point, it's no longer what they're doing to you, it's also what you're allowing to happen. Okay, so with the Devil card being here, Virgo, it's a lot of shadow work that you're doing, and Just to mention to you guys, as you're watching this, you can apply these readings for every sign to any placement in your birth chart. If you look at your birth chart and you have Virgo or Sagittarius or any other sign in your chart, this can apply. Just take what applies, and if it doesn't apply, then let it fly. Okay, so definitely people in this month, Virgo, are knowing that the chains of attachments, the chains of you having new beginnings here and you taking risks and being more adventurous with conversations that you have and being more of a risk taker rather than just leaning on your constant logic. Being too logical has been your I don't want to say a word that usually has a negative connotation. I want to be very mindful of how I word this, but you being afraid of acting on impulse and freaking out because you want to plan everything has also been your own downfall. With the Three of Wands clarifying the Devil card and also the Eight of Swords being here, Virgo, it lets me know that you've been doing a lot of self-destruction, possibly having a lot of negative thoughts, possibly hearing the voice of a lot of people in your life who have brought you down. Okay, having some sort of internal battle with yourself and the bonds that you hold close. A lot of you have been hesitant on letting people go in your life, Virgo, because you've been used to assessing and looking at the memories rather than the disrespect and the constant tug of war that they've kept you in. So let me pull your sacred symbol cards. And I personally use the Sacred Symbols Oracle deck as a deck that I pull the cards and I meditate on the specific symbols, and I also get intuitive messages from the cards, and I like it because it has the Egyptian symbolism, the eye. I believe it's the Eye of Horus. Okay, karmic path. So it's going to be a very karmic month, full of a lot of knowledge and lessons for you. Pay close attention to people who may resurface during this time, in this entire month, and leading up to the month of August. Be very wise of the words that you say, and if you ever receive a message, an email, a call that you sense is trying to get you out of your wusa element, Virgo, take a step back. Don't respond right away. You're like, it's almost as if you're in a field where you are with a machete and you're cutting and you're cutting and you're cutting and you're cutting and you're cutting. There's weeds in the field, there's dead plants, there's plants that haven't been watered in a long time, a lot of traumatic experiences if we're speaking more on the spiritual and psychological side of things. People tend to see you as a very trustworthy person, though you however, they see it as a open door to dump everything, and I mean everything, all of the baggage on you. You don't have to carry dead weight that doesn't belong to you, Virgo. So quickly, I'm gonna just pull one, Angel tarot card, or you can fall. You've got the Five of Fire, the Five of Wands, competing goals, bothersome details, conflict with others. See? Be very mindful of that. And on the bottom of the deck, you got the Wheel, Archangel Michael. The message is a time of positive change. A situation suddenly moves forward. Fortune is on your side. So although conflict may appear, it has a purpose. So don't crash out and do it in a way that's not productive for yourself. Moving on to Taurus. So Taurus, I am going to start off with your angel message. You got the Seven of Air, Seven of Swords. Plans that need revision, more going on than meets the eye, poor timing. On the bottom of the deck, you got the Page of Pentacles, Page of Earth. Scholarly, dependable, patient, successful. Good news about financial matters, wanting to do something more challenging. A new era or area, also could be a new era for you in the month of August. A new area of study. So a lot of planning and a lot of you pouring into yourself in terms of your education, career, finances as well. Make sure that you are being as calculated as you can be, but not in a way that gives off the energy of you believing that you're living in a state of lack. Don't tell yourself, oh, I'm in need of this, or, you know, I'm in need of that, or don't say that you're in need. Say that you already have the things that you are wanting to manifest. That way, they can show up in this reality much quicker. Perfect. Taurus, you've got, okay, you've got the Queen of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. You got the Queen of Swords. Very direct month, full of a lot of abundance for you. You being very tired and working your butt off. So August is going to be a month where you're going to be very busy financially. You're going to also be very busy nurturing yourself, perhaps needing a self-care day or a self-care month because you've been through it, especially with this retrograde going on and whatever else is going on in terms of the planets. Okay, Four of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands lets me know, this combination right here lets me know that in terms of renaming or restructuring your stability, especially when it comes to having faith in yourself and in things going your way when normally you struggle with that, you've been having a lot of trouble. And it isn't necessarily trouble with things not happening. I'm gonna put that back in the deck. With things not happening, it's trouble with you being patient with yourself. The Nine of Wands in the Learner's deck is a yes card. So are you going to make it? Even though you've been pushed down, possibly been going through a time where people are treating you like trash, Taurus, or like you feel like you don't have a grip on your reality, a grip on your finances, a grip on anything, things are going to get better. Things are going to clear out. But I also see this could physically be a Queen of Swords in your life, someone with a Gemini placement, an Aquarius placement, or a Libra placement in your life, or someone who is a very direct maternal or just feminine figure in your life, telling you how it is. Why? Because they don't want to invest, or maybe you don't want to invest in a certain person, or you're looking at things differently due to work schedules conflicting. I also see opportunities in with things that you can do with your hands, Taurus. This could be cooking, this could be anything you're good at, this could be crafting, this could be anything. But I am getting a lot of abundance for you. Bottom of the deck, 4 of Swords again, followed by the Sun. So, say your affirmations, stand in the mirror, Taurus, get some sun, get up in the morning, do not bed rot, start your day off right. You know good ways to start off your day. You can only rest for so long until you stay in that energy, and then it brings you down, 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 and it's even harder for you to recover. But because the Sun is here, all is well. All is well. Possibly being by a body of water could help you, Taurus, help you balance out. And you could scream by this body of water. You can have a picnic by yourself. You can plan an outing on your own. You could plan an outing with your friends. Just anything to get you to recollect and be as calm, as collected as you can be, or not. But you gotta let out your frustrations in a healthy way. And you don't always have to spend money to do so. But money's gonna be flowing in for you in the month of August. See? Divinity and the new moon. Whenever there's a new moon, Taurus, do your research on the moon phases if you're into astrology or anything spiritual. Obviously, if you're on this channel, I hope that you would be. But you've got divinity and the new moon. The new moon phases is going to be very powerful for you. And on the bottom of the deck, you got transmute. So not all of the energy that you get in the month of August is going to be positive, but that doesn't mean you can't do anything with it. You are divine. You are powerful. You don't have to become what hurt you. You don't have to sit with people's hatred and then blame yourself because people are acting as if they don't know how to treat you, as if you are not deserving of the treatment that you're asking for. Okay? People don't get to do that, so don't give people permission to do that. Moving on to Cappy. Cappy. I'm a Capricorn moon, so I'm excited for this. Okay. Starting off with the Sacred Symbols deck. Starting off with the Sacred Symbols deck. Truth. And also affluence. You're gonna have money in the bank. You're gonna have wise words flowing out of your mouth. You're gonna have people doubting you, and then they're gonna be like, oh shit, I'm gonna take your idea. or I'm gonna flip your idea into something that's good for me. People are so influenced by you because they know that you speak the truth, and they know that you walk it like you talk it, you practice what you preach. If people take inspiration for you, or you feel like someone is copying you, don't see it as a bad thing. Learn how to especially invest in yourself, and put a couple dollars to the side when you earn something. Capricorn, for the love of God, have an emergency fund account so that when your account is negative, you're not scrambling. Okay. I also see you in the month of August. These are just intuitive messages. Picking up overtime, wanting to go out, wanting to be honest with a certain someone. This could be a fire sign. I'm getting a fire sign. I'm getting Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Cappy, that you are going to be honest with about how you feel regarding them. Bottom of the deck, fire. The element of fire, fire signs. Heated conversations need to be had. You don't have to run away from them, and you also don't have to run away from yourself. You can run, but you can't hide in the month of August, because if you don't have the conversation that you need to initiate with someone, they're gonna come to you. And I'm telling you, Cappy, if they come to you, you can let it happen. But you will be respected more if you simply tell someone how you feel, rather than covering it up with you wanting to go out with them, or with you wanting to make all these plans, and you think you have this person figured out. But I'm getting intuitively that conversations need to be had prior to you physically going out with a certain someone, because there's a lot of unsaid and unspoken feelings. And this can be a love situation, or this can just be something that involves your shadow self. That's enough with the sacred symbols deck, because I really channel a lot with that deck. However it resonates, Capricorn. I am not forcing. Okay. With the angel deck, you got the star, Archangel Jophiel. Happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans, on the right path. And on the bottom of the deck, you got Queen of Swords, Queen of Air, independent, experienced, realistic, witty, objective decision-making, clearing away all that no longer serves you, seeing the humor in a situation. Loosen up, okay? Loosen up. Eight of Swords. What's up with the Eight of Swords? Okay. Eight of Swords, Ace of Swords, Nine of Swords. A lot of taking initiative, having mental clarity, but also staying up at night. It's more of an internal battle. Arguments with a maternal figure. Having issues with things going your way. Not feeling leadership, or like you're in a leadership mode. You're kind of dragging your feet. This could be pertaining to something that once gave you joy. Seeing abundant paychecks, or seeing how you would have a lot of notifications on your phone, or seeing how you had a plan with making a certain transition in your life. Temperance card is here, okay? Do everything in moderation. Everything. And I mean everything, because anything that you are doing too much that you can become obsessed with can be very unhealthy, okay? Particularly when it comes to work. Pentacles, these cards keep popping out. Okay. Seven of Swords. Is there something you're withholding? Is there something you're keeping to yourself? Are you uncomfortable in any part of your life, in your financial life, in your work life, in your love life, in your spirituality? Are you being deceived, or are you being someone who's deceiving someone? All things come to the light. All things come to the light. 9 of Wands and the 10 of Cups on the bottom of the deck. Playing with someone's happiness, or you feel like you have been played, or you want to go back to a time in your life where it was a 10 of Cups energy and you were completely happy. It was for a season and for a reason. If it don't apply, let it fly. One last card. The 4 of Cups in reverse, or 4 of Swords in reverse. Exhaustion, burnout, deep contemplation, stagnation, restlessness, and stress. Okay. Done with the earth signs. Finally. It is 11/11, literally, or 1/11. Sorry, same difference. Moving on to the water signs: Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Cancer, Page of Pentacles, 9 of Cups, Hermit. Okay. Keeping your accomplishments and your wishes to yourself, knowing that if you believe and you have faith and you plan and you are more disciplined than you are motivated, Queen of Swords, you're looking towards your success. You're not focused on what's behind you. Do those 3 things, or those steps, or whatever you want to call them, and everything else will follow. Any other message for water signs? 4 of Swords, Knight of Wands, okay? You're too quiet. Knight of Wands tells me you need a light, a fire of someone's, you know what, because something's gotta give. Aggression and assertiveness put together in a strategic way works wonders. So you got something up your sleeve, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, with how you want to manage a certain situation. This could be a situation that has been weighing on your mind with someone who has been actively using you, or someone who frequently expects handouts from you. You're getting tired. You're already tired. Moving on. Sacred symbols. Knowledge and protection. You can be protected all you want, but if you're just relying on the divine and you're not physically moving, nothing's going to happen. And I mean I mean that in the nicest way that I could ever say it. Soulmate. Okay. Soulmate. Affluence. Growth. It's okay to grow apart from someone. I feel like you've been asking for protection when it comes to your love life, and letting go of someone that you've loved and you've invested in. This is turning into a love reading for some reason for Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. And I'm doing this just generally, and then I will go in for every sign, but this is mostly just for Cancer. Get to moving.